Welcome to all of you, Shiksha 360. And today, basically, we will discuss quiz number 21. Clear? Quiz number 21. That is basically based on the chapter number 29, 30. Mostly the question will be based on the chapter number 30. And in this session, basically, we will try to discuss 16 to 17 questions. Question number from 282 to 298. So let's start our discussion. The first question basically on your screens now. Try to understand the question very carefully. Little bit typical question. Not typical, but we have to go through point by point. Clear? So here, what we have to do here, basically, we have to find that the true statement. Clear? Which of the following or identify the true statement. So let's go one by one, all the points. First one here is to be bank can create charge over security. Clear? Bank can create charge over security not belonging to either the borrower or to the grantor. Bank can create charge over the security that is basically not belonging to either to the borrower or the grantor. This one is true or false. This one is false. Clear? This one is to be false. Clear? Please tell statement. This one is false. Okay, so option number A is not our answer. So this one is not our answer. This one is not our answer. This one is not our answer. So this one is our answer. Okay, but we will discuss other points also under hypothecation. Like basically hypothecation, basically it is example of a car or vehicle, because vehicle is to be hypothecated. So under hypothecation, the possession of goods, clear, under hypothecation, the possession of goods basically lies or remains with the borrower. Yes, this one is also true. Third one, under pledge, the possession of goods may remain with the borrower depending upon the bank's decision. Clear? May remain with the borrower depending upon the bank's decision. This one is also true. Last one here, as per the RBI guidelines, in the case of borrowers enjoying working capital credit limit of ₹10 crore and above from the banking system, the loan component should normally be 80%. Clear? So this one is also correct one. Clear? So B and C, D are the correct ones. So option number B is the correct answer. Now move to the next question, question number 283. Yes, basically one doubt from one student. Basically, in the case of gold loan, what we have to do? Pledge, hypothecation, mortgage. Please tell fast. In the case of gold loan, what we have to do? Pledge, hypothecation, mortgage, lien. Please tell fast what we have to do in the case of gold loan. In the case of gold loan, basically we have to do the pledge. Clear? Pledge. That is basically possession of the goods basically in the hands of the lender. Clear? Possession of the goods basically in the hands of the lender. Okay, in the hands of the lender. That is pledge. Clear? May remain with the borrower. Clear? Here, possession of the goods may remain with the borrower. Like we can say that, like perishable goods. Here, bank can do pledge. Basically, that goods are present in the ground, and borrower can take that goods basically from the ground with the permission of the bank. Clear? With the permission of the bank. Clear? That is basically depend upon case to case. Clear? That is basically depend upon case to case. Now move to the next question. Question number 283. Which of the following is an important precaution which is required to be taken in documentation? Clear? Which of the following is an important precaution which is to be taken while the documentation? Clear? Which is required to be taken in the documentation? Payment of appropriate stamp duty. This one is correct or not? Yes, this one is correct one. Second one is date of execution. Clear? Date of execution should not be earlier to the date of payment of stamp duty. This one is also correct one. Parties signing the documents have proper authority. Like we can say that if their one is minor, clear, so it creates a problem. Clear? So parties signing the documents have proper authority. Fourth one is if a document is required to be registered, so it should be got registered. Clear? If the document is required to be registered, it should be got registered. Clear? So here A, B, C, D. All the above options are to be correct here. So option number D is the correct answer. Option number D is the correct answer. Okay. Now move to the next question. Question number 284. Which of the following statement is correct? Clear? Which of the following statement is correct here? First one is date of execution of documents can be earlier than the date of stamping. Date of execution of documents can be earlier than the date of stamping. This one is true or false? Date of execution of documents can be earlier than the date of stamping. This one is false. Okay. Second one here is to be in case of company. Clear? Basically, in the case of company, charges should be registered with the ROC. Clear? In the case of company, charges should be registered with the ROC within 60 days from the date of execution of the documents. No, this one is also false. Not 60 days. Basically, it is to be 30 days. Clear? Basically, within 30 days from the date of execution of the documents. Clear? From the date of execution of the documents. Now move to the third point. Third party guarantee can be taken from individuals only. Any other legal entity cannot give third party guarantor. This one is true or false? This one is also false. Fourth one here is to be under the hypothecation. Possession and ownership remains with the borrower. This one is too clear. Under the hypothecation, possession and ownership remains with the borrower. Clear? So option number D is the correct answer. Now move to the next question. Question number 285. That is very, very important regarding the consortium and multiple banking arrangement. Clear? Regarding the consortium and multiple banking arrangement. So let's discuss on that, which is not true. Clear? Basically here we have to find that which is not true. There is a formal agreement between the banks in both consortium and multiple banking. There is a formal agreement between the banks in both consortium and multiple banking, which is not true. Here basically we have to find that which one is not true. First one is not true. Clear? Basically there is a formal agreement basically between the banks in the case of consortium. Clear? In the case of the consortium there is a proper agreement, but in the case of multiple banking as such there is not any agreement. Clear? As such there is not an agreement. So option number A is the false. Clear? Option number A is the false, or we can say that it is not true. Second option is consortium bank basically decides on one of the members as lead bank. This one is also correct. Clear? This one is also correct. They has the responsibility to conduct all the meetings. Third one is in case of multiple banking, bank can share information. Clear? In case of multiple banking, bank can share information about the account in their mutual interest. This one is also true. Consortium banking takes lead in assessment, documentation, charge creation, and monitoring of the account. Clear? This one is also true. Okay. So option number A is the answer here. Clear? Option number A is the answer here. Because we have to find that which one of the following is false. So option number A is false here. Now move to the next question. Question number 286. Pledge is defined in. Pledge is defined in Indian Contract Act 1812, Transfer of Property Act, Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, Indian Limitation Act 1963. Indian Limitation Act 1963. So please tell fast. Basically, pledge is to be defined under which act? So according to me, basically pledge is to be defined under the option number A, that is Indian Contract Act 1812. Clear? Indian Contract Act 1812. Please tell fast if there is any doubt, because many of you give the other answer. So according to me, the answer is option number A, that is Indian Contract Act. Okay. 1812, and that is section 172. In that, basically, we have discussed regarding the pledge. I think you have already covered all these things in the JIP pledge, Penner, Pani. Okay. Now move to the next question, question number 287. Here we have to find that which one of the following the statement is correct. Clear? Which one of the following the statement is correct? First one is, if two or more banks get into a formal agreement to finance the working capital needs of a borrower. Clear? If two or more banks get into a formal agreement. Clear? If two or more banks basically get into a formal agreement to finance the working capital. Clear? Basically to finance the working capital needs of a borrower called multiple banking note. This is basically known as to be consortium banking. Okay, so this one is false. In the case of consortium banking, there is no formal arrangement. This one is also false. Clear? There is formal arrangement between banks, so they may share information about account in their mutual interest. Third one is, the consortium bank decides one of the member as lead bank who takes lead in assessment, documentation, charge creation, monitoring of account. Clear? So this one is correct one. So this one is our answer. Clear? So this one is our answer. Now move to the next question, question number 288. Constructive possession, it is also known as. Constructive possession, it is also known as hypothecation, pledge, assignment, mortgage. Please tell fast what is the correct answer. Constructive possession, basically it is also known as hypothecation, pledge, assignment, mortgage. I think we have already discussed regarding that also. Constructive possession. So that is basically under the pledge. Clear? That is basically, it is also known as the pledge. Clear? There are two types. One is constructive, second one is destructive. Clear? Constructive possession, basically it is also known as the pledge. Clear? So this one is our answer. Now move to the next question. Question number 289. Any charge created by the company on its asset. Clear? Any charge created by a company on its assets other than by the way of pledge. Clear? Other than by the way of pledge is required to be registered with the registrar of companies. Clear? Any charge created by a company on its assets other than by way of pledge is required to be registered with the registrar of companies. Clear? Is required to be registered with the registrar of companies as per section which of the Companies Act 2013. Clear? Basically under which section? Correct answer is option number A is 77, option number B is 125, option number C is 138, option number D is 474. Clear? Option number D is 474. So please tell fast. Please respond. What is the correct answer? Basically, they have to register basically under which section? That is section number 77. Clear? Section number 77. So option number A is the correct answer. This one is the correct answer. As per section 77 of the Companies Act 2013. Clear? Of the Companies Act 2013. Okay. Now move to the next question. Question number 290. When several banks and financial institutions resort to consortium advances and loan accounts, clear, of one of the member banks become NPA, the classification of account of the other banks will be clear. So under the case of consortium advances or loan, if there is any account become NPA of the member banks, the classification of account of other banks will be option number A is NP, option number B is SMA, option number C is as per recovery record of the concerned bank, option number D is either A or B above. Clear? Either A or B above. Clear? The correct answer is, we have already discussed this concept in the session also. That is basically as per the recovery record of the concerned bank. Clear? The correct answer here is to be option number C, that is as per the recovery record of the concerned bank. Clear? As per the recovery record of the concerned bank. Clear? Now move to the next question, question number 291. Little bit numerical based question. So we have to go through that also. So a business produces 200 units of product by making following expenditure. Clear? Basically, how much production? That is 200 units of product by making the following expenditure. That is material, on material 30,000, on labor that is 20,000, on factory overhead 4,000, administrative overhead 5,754, selling and distribution overhead 1,500. The products are sold at a price of rupees 400 per unit. Clear? The products are sold, and how much products they have to manufacture? That is 200 units, and the products are sold basically at a price of rupees 400 per unit. The above expenditures are classified basically into fixed and variable as provided in the table above. This one is the table: expenditure, fixed, variable. On material, basically how much fixed cost, on variable. On labor, how much fixed, how much variable. On factory overhead, how much fixed, how much variable. On administrative overhead, how much fixed, how much variable. And on selling and distribution overhead, how much is fixed, how much is variable. So from the above information, determine total variable cost. Clear? Determine total variable cost. Clear? We know that under material we have total 30,000 and variable cost is 100%. So our answer is basically above than 30,000. Clear? Our answer is above 30,000. Clear? So this one is not our answer. This one is not our answer. Next one is labor, that is 20,000. On that, there is variable 50%. Okay. So we have to add 10,000 more, 40,000. That is our answer is above 40,000. So this one is our answer. Okay. So this one is our answer. Clear? So in this type of question, basically we will not need to solve everything. Clear? Basically we will not to be need to solve everything. Just you have to go through the point. Just you have to go through the point and try to answer the question on the basis of that. Clear? And try to answer the question on the basis of that. Here, there is little bit more explanation. Here, they will explain all the points. Clear? On labor, on material, at factory overhead, administrative overhead, selling and distribution. Clear? In the examination, basically, they will ask this type of question in the form of the case study also. Clear? Basically, they will ask this type of question in the form of the case study also. Clear? Here, just basically, we will discuss only one point. Rest, they will discuss different questions also. Clear? It seems easy, but at the time of examination, basically, they will ask this type of case study. Clear? It depends upon the level of examination. Now move to the next question, question number 292. Very, very important question for the examination point of view. Ratio analysis can be used. Clear? Ratio analysis can be used to study liquidity, turnover, profitability, etc. of a firm. So what does debt equity ratio help to study? Clear? What does debt equity ratio help to study? Clear? Basically, ratio analysis can be used to study the liquidity, turnover, profitability, etc. of a firm. So what does basically debt equity ratio help to study? Solvency, liquidity, profitability, turnover. Clear? So debt equity ratio basically help us to study the solvency. Clear? Debt equity ratio basically help us to study the solvency. Clear? So this one is our answer. Now move to the next question, question number 293. The basic difference in pledge and hypothecation basically relates to. The basic difference between the pledge and the hypothecation basically it is relates to ownership of stocks, valuation of stocks, possession of stocks, margin requirement. Clear? Margin requirement. Clear? Basically the basic difference between the pledge and the hypothecation, that is possession. In the hypothecation, possession is with the borrower, and in the case of pledge, the possession is with the lender. So this one is our answer. Now move to the next question. If two or more banks get into a formal arrangement to finance, clear? If two or more banks get into a formal arrangement to finance the working capital needs of a borrower, it is called consortium arrangement, loan syndication arrangement, lead bank arrangement, multiple financing arrangement. Clear? The correct answer is option number A. That is consortium arrangement. Clear? That is consortium arrangement. Now move to the next question, question number 295. Which of the following statement is not true for the documentation purpose? Clear? Which of the following statement is not true for the documentation? First one is document should be properly stamped. This one is true or not? Yes, this one is true. Clear? Document should be properly stamped. Date of execution of documents can be earlier than the date of stamping. No, this one is false. Clear? Date of execution of documents can be earlier than the date of stamping. This one is true or false? This one is false. So here basically we have to find that which of the following statement is not true. So this one is our answer. Clear? So this one is our answer. Documents should be filled in before they are signed. This one is also true. Clear? But in practice, what we will see that clear in many places, clear in many working branches, what they will do, they will sign. They will take sign of the borrower and on later day they will fill. Clear? On later they will fill. But in the actual purpose, basically documents should be filled before they are signed, because while filling the documents, if we will face at any place any error, so we have to rectify that error, and at place of that error, basically we will get the sign of the borrower. Clear? We will get the sign of the borrower. So please make it practice to solve the to fill the paper before the signature. Now move to the next question, question number 296. In case of companies, the charge should be registered with ROC within how many days from the date of the execution of documents? Clear? In case of companies, the charge should be registered with ROC within dash days from the date of execution of the documents, 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, 60 days. The correct answer is option number C, that is 30 days. Now move to the next question, 297. Which of the following is not true for the third party guarantee? Clear? Which of the following is not true for the third party guarantee? You are able to answer this type of question only if you have gone through the concept properly. Clear? Otherwise, you are not able to answer this type of question. So here what it says that the enterprise or individual who has taken the loan from the bank is legally bound to repay the principal and the interest. This one is true one. Second one, in some cases, banks stipulate guarantee of third parties as additional safety against default. These third parties can be individual or any other legal entity. This one is also true. This one is also true. In case of finance to firms, the personal guarantee of proprietor and partner is not stipulated as they have unlimited liability. Clear? As they have unlimited liability. Clear? We have discussed also this point. This one is also correct one. In the case of companies and other legal entities, the promoters, directors, trustees do have unlimited liability towards the bank. Do you know this one is false? This one is false. So this one is our answer. Okay, we have discussed regarding this point in detail regarding the third party guarantee. Clear? Third party guarantee under the chapter number 30. Clear? So please go through that points very carefully. Clear? Slides and video recorded sessions already uploaded in the group. So go through that properly. Now move to the last question of our today's session. At the time of financing projects, banks generally at the time of financing projects. Clear? At the time of financing projects, banks generally adopt the following methodologies as far as determining the level of promoters' equity is concerned. As far as determining the level of promoters' equity is concerned, first one is promoters bring their entire contribution upfront before the bank starts its disbursement. Promoters bring a certain percentage of their equity, 10 to 20% upfront, and balance is brought in the stages. Promoters agree ab initio that they will bring in equity funds proportionality as the bank finance the debt portion. Clear? As the bank finance the debt portion. Clear? This question we will discuss in the next session. Here just you have to do practice. In the next session, basically we will discuss this question. Clear? We will discuss this question. So I request to all of you, basically some students are giving the correct answer yet, some are not. So please go through the question very carefully so that you are able to understand this point. So thanks to all of you for joining this session. Hope you are able to understand some of the important points, and it also help you to revision the important topics.